Hi guys, welcome back. It's Jason with Smoking Eagles Rod Shop. Here again in my home shop in Napanee, Indiana. We got a lot of work done. I got some stuff ordered from last time. We got most of the hoses ready to be made. I got a lot of little fittings and other things on order. So today's mission, I'm out here early in the morning trying to beat the heat. I'm trying to beat the soreness. I'm really sore, guys. Comes with sitting, not getting much done because of the hand, and the hand's super sore today. I'd like to get the risers out from underneath the little yellow truck. I'd like to get them underneath the El Camino. I have some stuff underneath there to do, like add the extra shims to the transmission to try to get our headers to fit a little better. I also have a trans cooler that I'd like to get mounted under there. If I could get that mounted under there, that's another set of lines that another set of hoses that I could make and check off the list. I also have a remote oil filter for the engine. I have a remote oil filter for the engine. Actually, it's sitting right there. And I need to find a home for it because then again I could run the lines. And if I get that done today, I can get all the fittings that I think I need ordered to basically finish the hoses off. So we got the belts done. We're now working on the hoses. I got two more things to mount. Well, I actually got a fuel tank too, but I'm going to consider that a different project on a different day. I have the surge tank, so we can go hoses from there. But if I could get the trans cooler and the oil filter mounted, I could make those line sets as well, and that'd finish hoses out for a while. So yeah, let's get this guy off of the blocks. Let's get this one on the blocks, and then I can show you what I'm thinking with the trans cooler and the oil filter. So yeah, go get you on some time lapse. Okay guys, here's the big old remote oil filter I got. It's dual wicks 51 5s. I was going to try to put it underneath the car, back down under there, but there's not a heck of a lot of room. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to mount it right down here. We're going to mount it right down here on the upper hit horn. It's out of the steering, and it's also above the sway bar. So it's really not going to get in contact with anything, even if the car bottoms out. And then I just got to route the lines across there, and then down to those two plugs right in the bottom of the pan right there. So, yeah, let's get to drilling and tapping some holes. I've looked at it. I don't really have a better spot. I think that's where I'm going to do it. Let's find out, I guess. Time lapse. Okay guys, we got that guy mounted down there. I think we can just go with a straight shot and just tug right through here. and then it's going towards those two pieces of duct tape down there that are covering up the hole right now. But I kind of don't like this area, because if you look at this cap, it's already getting melted just from the header heat of that old 350. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like with this this beast in here. So we may route either over the frame and kind of get up closer to the block and hug under there, or we may just go under the frame horn. But then we got to watch out for the steering arm, and again, sheet right up there, up next to the block on the other side of that motor mount, and get down there. I think that's going to be a future Jason problem. I think I'm going to try to sneak it underneath the frame and over. Honestly, that'd be my first choice. If you're standing back away from the car a little bit, can't even tell those things are down there unless you really get down there, and then it's like, oh, hey. But again, they're above the bottom of the car. They're above the sway bar. We're going to hit a lot of things on the ground before we hit those things on the ground. Not too worried about it. I did go ahead and get rid of the master cylinder, the old one that was hanging out right here. And I did connect the front brake line only to my little guy, my little master cylinder. I'll probably make a shield that comes off this belt or this bolt and kind of just sits in here, and then that way there's a little bit of a heat shield between my brake lines and this plastic reservoir and stuff. So maybe like a license plate or something, and just kind of tuck it in there and bend it. But yeah, I think that's going to do that for that. The next task of the day is getting this Darrell guy up under here. So we have our 2 outs for our transmission cooler, and essentially that thing's going to smash right up there on the floorboard. It sits up there nice and tight. I just got to figure out what I'm going to use for hardware to get that in there. It says to drill 1/4 inch holes and use, blah blah blah. I'm kind of feeling in the mood of just some big old self tappers and just run it up through the floorboard. If I can find the ones, like if I can actually find them in the floorboard, then yeah, maybe we'll replace them with bolts and nuts at a later date. But I think a pair of just big old self tappers will hold that guy in there, and he'll be tucked in right there, and he'll just connect up there. So I think that'll be nice. I think that's what I'm gonna get on next. I'm gonna set you up on time lapse, and you guys can watch me worm around underneath the car. It's absolutely my favoriteest thing to do. So yeah, here we go. Hey guys, I think that came out really well. Now I just have to connect those 2 blue pieces of tape to those 2 blue pieces of tape there with hose, and we have a trans cooler hooked up. And man, this thing came out really slick. Like, look at that from the bottom. That is like as level as you can get with your oil pan. It's sitting pretty level with the frame. So that's going to offer a lot of trans cooling. That's pretty beefy. It's about the biggest one they make. It's about the biggest fan they put on one. When I was talking to the guy, about the transmission, he said the only thing that's going to kill your transmission's heat. He said everything else will live forever. He said you're not going to have too much power for it. The only thing that's going to kill it's heat. So buy a big old cooler, and that's cheap insurance for having a transmission that's built. So yeah, now we can figure out what fittings we need for those lines, and what fittings I'm going to need for the oil cooler, or not the oil cooler, but the remote oil filters. Figure out what fittings and line I'm going to need there. And yeah, if I get all those fittings and all my lines, yeah, it's going to be making line video pretty soon. So yeah, we got the belts done. We're getting down to the hoses that are going to be in the engine compartment. Once we have the hoses done, it's on to wiring. So I think I'll jump on wiring, start getting that ECU and that harness tore down and set up. You guys have seen me do that before with the VR6 harness. This would be the same thing, but for a V8. So I'll probably jump into that harness and get making that harness pretty soon. Yeah, we're getting down to a short list of things to make this thing fire. I think that's really cool. The sun's coming up and the heat's starting to get to me, guys. I'm out of shape from not rolling around on the ground and playing with the cars for a while, so I get wore out pretty quick, and my finger can only take so much of the fun before it just says I have had enough. And about 2 days in a row of working, and it's as stiff as a board, guys. It just is not happy with the program. So I think I'm going to go get some hoses and some ends ordered, and yeah, get planning on that wiring harness. Thanks for coming along. I mean, that's a lot of good progress for the day. What do you think? What do you think? Think anybody will notice? Think anybody will notice? Hey, you guys want to do a side mission real quick? How about a side mission? Let's do a side mission. I like this sign, but let's cover it with some race car decals. How about that? Let's clean it and let's start putting all of our decals on there that we can put on there. Yeah, let's do that. Side mission. Okay, guys, so what do you think of our side mission? I think that was worth doing. I think that looks better than that half a sign just sitting there. Yeah. What's your favorite sticker on here? Hey guys, that's going to be it for today. Whoa, that was actually a lot of progress. Essentially everything's mounted that needs hoses in the engine bay at the moment. I mean, there's a couple little ones like a breather for my valve covers and a expansion tank for the coolant system, but none of those are going to keep it from running. Lines to an oil filter is going to keep it from running. Lines to a transmission cooler is going to keep it from running. So we're basically working on getting everything that we need done up in the engine bay so that we can then work on the drive shaft, the shifter, and the fuel cell in the rear, the battery in the rear, the electrical. We're getting that list down to a lot less things, and I think we're going to keep plugging away at it. It's definitely picking up pace at the moment, and you know, hopefully that finish line and that first burnout is closer than you think. So yeah, thanks for watching. You guys are really motivating me to get back out here. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is just about 3 hours of work, and it's absolutely just beating me up. I'm trying to get back into shape. My finger is absolutely just unhappy at the moment, but it's still in my hand, so quit your bitching, get to work. So yeah, I'm excited. Got a lot done in these last couple videos. Solved some really big problems that were, you know, causing me some distress, and we're moving forward. So let's keep moving forward. But for today, I think I'm gonna be done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Like, share, subscribe, you know, comment down below. Yeah, let's keep this going, guys. Until next time.